I think this residential, the main thing about it has been connection, building relationships. I've mentioned before we want to maximise them as rugby players but also as people. For us, obviously this is the first time we've been able to get them into Farley House since in 3 years because of COVID, and I think what that's shown us is connection within rugby, having shared experiences with each other, building relationships is the priority. So to be able to get them in, to be able to get them mingling with each other, talking things rugby outside of rugby, getting to know our coaches on a deeper level. Parents coming in as a group, they've obviously been on a journey with these players since the age of 13, 14, being able to connect with each other as well. It's just so important. Last night was really powerful. We were around campfire talking about people's why, really understanding why people are here, what people aspire to be post this programme, and that connection is just so important. So our pathway starts at under 14s. We have something called a developing player programme, where our players will be picked up originally from schools and from clubs, so they'll get nominated into that pathway, and then we put 5 centres across the region that will look after those programmes in terms of coaching and delivery. At the first stage of academy is towards the end of under 15s, where we'll pick a squad that will train with our full-time coaches, and then as we work through from 15s into 16s, 17s, 18s, obviously the squads get a little bit narrower. Most of the players come through our DPP. We'll pick like a pre-academy squad, and then once they get to under 16s, that sort of first pre-season is where it really sort of kicks off. As it moves into under 18s, first of all the contact time increases. Again, they're delivered an experience not just on the rugby field but away from the rugby field as well, whether that's nutrition, recovery, workshops on communication leadership. We put together what we call individual development plans for our players. They'll go back to schools, they'll be working with their coaches. We'll obviously try and get into schools as much as we can to help with the delivery of that. The clubs and schools within our region are fundamental to the programme. The work they do pre-sort of academy, but also as you mentioned, that nomination process. The key for us is that we work alongside them, keeping that kind of cohesion of messaging is really important. So strong links with our schools and clubs is vitally important to the programme. So a few changes within our staff in this year. Mark and Ryan will be coaching our senior academy, so they're fully integrated within the first team, so they'll be working alongside first team coaches, maximising their potential through their individual development plans and what they're doing on and off the pitch. There's been a couple of internal promotions as well from our academy, so Chris Backer steps up into Academy Athletic Performance Manager. George Gauntlet, who was within our under 18s last year, is now our lead senior physiotherapist. Johnny Glending has stepped in as Chris Backer's moved up. He's stepped into Chris Backer's role, so he'll be our senior academy athletic development coach. And then further down the pathway, Matt Leishman is our junior academy phase lead. So spoke about earlier how important it is working with our partnership schools, developing coaches. So his role vital in terms of managing DPP, coach development within our region, and also looking after our programme from under 16s down from a coaching point of view within academy. And we've also got Sam Nash in, who's our academy pathway physiotherapist, so he joins us this year as well full time. What we've tried to do is create more of a transition model. So you'll have, for example, Ryan and Mark, they'll be working with our senior academy university players, but they'll also be working with our under 18s and 17s. Same with Nathan Catt and Lewis Messer, they'll be working with our 18s, but also bouncing down into the 17s and 16s as well. So there's, all coaches getting across all programmes to ensure there's alignment and clarity of language. Under 18 sort of schoolboy rugby is very, very different to stepping up into a Premiership senior squad. So the work that the S&C do behind the scenes in terms of physically preparing them to come into this environment is crucial. The amount of off-field work, the psychology in terms of giving them the skills to be able to come in and not get too nervous or anxious, and giving them the the mindset to really come in and thrive rather than survive is important. We hope that these boys, after this experience, this journey, they'll be friends for life. And yeah, there's obviously examples within the coaching staff with people that have come through and played with the academy together, and we still talk about the memories of when we were age now. So yeah, it's not lost on us, the importance of giving them a good experience.
Three, six, go!